What's up, guys? This is Justin. I'm here with Daniel.
Hey.
We're at E3 2015, and I'm extremely excited to be taking a closer look at Sea of Thieves. This is the new, it was a surprise until kind of the end of the trailer, but the new game from Rare.
They announced the Rare Collection, but they then went straight into this, which is their full big game, new game.
Yeah, now that the Kinect is kind of dead, or maybe that's a little mean, but, honestly, what I'm getting at is that, Rare is no longer relegated to just making, little Kinect games. They're actually back to making proper big video games now. And
this looks like their most ambitious one. Craig Duncan, the studio head, was on stage talking about unlimited freedom, the biggest fantastical world they've ever created.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, the audio is going to be pretty low, but we're getting some nice, piratey music.
It's jaunty.
Yeah, it's a jaunty, piratey tune. This game is almost tailor-made for Justin Davis, because it's a cartoon pirate multiplayer adventure that's just incredible. You can see sort of the Cutlass someone unfortunately met an unfortunate end there. And as of now, the great thing about E3 is when we're watching this trailer in real time, we're like, we don't know, it's kind of fun. And then in a minute here, well, let's not spoil things. Let's not jump the gun. First, I like this little foreshadowing.
Yeah. So it says that it's a fantastical world, and there's stuff later in the trailer, there's skeletons that pop into life. But this is showing, obviously, a big sea creature, a kraken.
So maybe this is a message that players are able to leave for each other, but at the very least, it is foreshadowing some sort of large. There's going to be something
in those water that's not sharks.
Exactly right. And now this is the moment where the game sort of reveals itself. Wait, that's a name over someone's head. This is a multiplayer game.
Yeah, and it looks like might be a very big multiplayer game.
Yeah,
as we kind of descend onto the beach, parrots confirmed. There's lots and lots of players with names above their heads with handles.
Yeah, so there's another one. We see 1, 2, 3, and obviously you're a human. So the big question is, this is obviously multiplayer, but is it an MMO or is it just multiplayer? To be determined, I guess.
Yeah, well, it seems like maybe there's elements that would imply it's MMO, like, you're going exploring the sea, going to islands, making camp, collecting treasure, collecting kind of resources. And it seems like on the ship that people have very specific roles as well within the crew.
Right. Let me scrub back and we can actually get a closer look at that. That's one of the things that excites me about this, what we've seen of Sea of Thieves so far, is that it seems like different players have very, very different roles on the ship. We're seeing one person steering the ship, someone else sort of managing the sails, someone else presumably climbing up to sort of the crow's nest at the top. Another thing that I wanted to point out here real quick is just the very, very stylized types of characters. Like
almost kind of vinyl-esque, like they've been carved slightly. And it's about that, the world as well. There's a kind of a smoothness to it.
Absolutely, I agree. They're not going for realism. It's very much sort of a heightened reality.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite Easter eggs in the trailer. Grog Males, which is a good pirate-based pun around Greg Males, who's been at Rare for like 20-odd years. He was the creative director on Donkey Kong Country and Banjo, so maybe he's overseeing this game.
I wonder if that 89. We would have to go back and check the Wikipedia or whatever source. Maybe that's the year he joined, potentially. But either way,
that's a good shout.
Either way, this is the year. Sort of a rare deep cut there, if you will. Okay, so here's another nice little detail, right? You can see. Well, let's let it play through once, and then we'll rewind. So you were saying that it looks like maybe this chest.
It looks like it's a trigger. It looks like it's trapped, and it brings these kind of skeletons back to life.
Yeah, I accidentally skipped there. Here we go. Yeah. I think you're exactly right. It's like it seems like you hit this treasure chest, but all is not as it seems. Sort of activating that brought these skeletons out against you.
See, I like the look of this, that you can somehow turn against people on your crew. That you can mutiny, or maybe something like that. Or if there's multiple crews, as this section implies, maybe you can kind of infiltrate other crews.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the big things we don't know about this game is exactly how this multiplayer works or how really any of it works. But they're obviously hinting at some sort of ship versus ship combat where everybody's manning a different station. And, maybe, again, we don't know if this is just multiplayer or if it is an MMO. But either way, crew versus crew reminds me of things like, Battlegrounds in World of Warcraft or, team versus team in any shooter. I like that sort of new spin on team-based multiplayer, for sure.
And the land stuff, to me, implies that you're forced onto land to acquire resources. Like what we see, there's camp, there's barrels, there's things to loot. So maybe that's why you're forced on land into these kind of dangerous situations.
Yeah, obviously this is sort of a first, world reveal trailer, so, some of this is us very much speculating. But you're totally right? Like, we've obviously seen ship-based gameplay, we've seen land-based gameplay, and they wouldn't have you running around on land like this unless you had something to do on land.
Right at the beginning of the trailer, it looks like you've slept there overnight. There's a kind of a smouldering fire, like a campfire. So, maybe you stay on land for extended periods of time.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is a game that I'm absolutely excited to learn more about, but we didn't want to waste any time sort of slowing down and taking a closer look at the trailer with all of you at home. So, we're really excited for Sea of Thieves. I hope you are too. And remember that for all things E3, you're already in the right place. IGN.